Hello my good people, so today I will talk about Quad Challenge for the Sega Genesis. This game was released in 1991 and in Japan it was released under the name MegaTrax for the Sega Megadrive. Originally it was an arcade game and they made a conversion to the Sega Genesis / Megadrive home console. I will talk first about the hit from this game, there's not a lot, and my quick review, and in a second time all what I think that is a miss and what could have been improved. So let's get into it right now. What is Quad Challenge? I would say it's kind of a mix between Road Rash and the weird sounds and weird music. Sometimes there's not much in Quad Challenge, but a few times it reminded me a little bit of Road Rash. And also a mix with Outrun. The same idea regarding music, that you can check before your race. You have actually only 2 tracks that you can pick, and if you don't pick either of these tracks, it's the Quad engine sound that is not that great, but hey, just Sega Genesis. And as well, the same thing as in Outrun, you need to manage to reach the next checkpoint under a certain amount of time, otherwise it's game over. The funny thing is that all these 3 games were released in 1991, meaning Quad Challenge, the game we're talking about, Road Rash and Outrun. First things, controls. They're okay. When I just started to play it, I thought that, it feels okay. I read a lot of bad reviews about these games, and my first idea of the game was not too bad. When you just start the game, you can see that you have 4 different quads that you can pick. They have different colors, but over the colors you can see that they have different specs. It's essentially regarding power and speed, meaning more or less horsepower. And 2 quads have manual for the gears, the gear system. You have a high and low gear, and otherwise you have 2 other quads that are automatic. It's kind of interesting because for some tracks you need to pick a certain quad, meaning one that does not go too fast, but that is better for the turns. For example, so the first idea about it is kind of good. It's a good point. And when you have manuals quads, you need to press the C button if you haven't changed the control to go from low gear to high gear. Basically, when you start your quad from 0 to, I would say, 90 miles or kilometers, I forget. It's you're on low, and then you have to change to high to go up to 130, 150, and you can do it as well in some turns to slow down a little bit your quad and maneuver a little bit better. And of course, the 2 auto quads, they do it on their own. The concept was interesting first, but at the end it doesn't really help the game to be better. It's just a so game. I like the nice intro sequences that shows the different quads. I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. They took some time to do it. And the other thing is the voices are pretty good. I think they did a good job when it's Quad Challenge 1, 2, 3, these kind of things. It's not much, but it's pretty good. You have 3 different soundtracks. They're pretty good. They're really like Genesis style. You have one for just the menu, I would say. That's good. And you can have 2 different soundtracks during when you race. That's pretty good. As I said before, it's pure Genesis style, the early generation games, Genesis. You can really feel it in that game, and I like it. You have a password system. That's pretty good because you have 16 tracks, so that helps you to progress through the game, and it's very easy with only 4 characters, so nothing difficult with that. But you know what, there's not much in this game, so of course it can be easy to have only 4 characters. It tried to offer various locations through the 16 tracks, from New York to Honolulu, and stopping by, let's say, Grand Canyon. That's interesting. The concept is interesting, but the graphics are pretty simple. It tries to show some main aspects of these cities, but it's fine. It's fine for now. I'll talk about it a little bit later in what is a miss. And there's a nice little touch to add some kind of banner ads on the side of the track that shows the old school games such as Galaga, Pac-Land, or Dig Dug. That was a nice idea. I liked it. That's all about the good points of this game. There's not much. It stops here. So basically, this game is a miss. Let's start with small things. There are some small details, such as the Grand Canyon stage. It looks more like Monument Valley in Utah. Just look at this. It's a total miss. And there's some other stages that just feel very similar, such as Miami and Honolulu, or Anchorage and Denver. I mean, there's a few changes here and there, but it's not a big variety. The graphics, they're so simple, and everything looks brown. The track looks brown. Okay, it's quad, you're on some dirt, I get it. But on the side, why couldn't they use something else, like some green, some other colors? I don't know, it could have been a better use of colors. And this game is so bland. Besides some kind of somehow resembling landscape to some city in the background, there is nothing. Of course, you can mention a few haystacks on the side of the track, or some trees, billboards, but that's more like part of a track, I would say, and some obstacles that you should not hit. But on the side, there's nothing. There's no one, no human being, no homes, no trees, nothing. There's just nothing. I was just thinking about a game like Road Rash. It doesn't have much, but a few things here and there that makes it a little bit more interesting. In this game, it's absolutely not the case. The graphics are okay. I mean, I understand graphics are not everything. You can still have a good game even if the graphics are just so-so, but here it's not the case. First, you have no choice but to have a split screen, even when you're playing alone. It's a little bit like the game Outrunners, that was released later, by the way. But I wish you could have a better single player screen with more details, more things. Why couldn't they offer a nice single screen? Well, I guess that was too much asking to Namco in 1991. Alright, okay, so a game can still be good even with a split screen? Not. Actually, the main issue in this game is that the AI is too good, and it makes this game frustrating. Even in easy, it just feels like kind of impossible to finish. And in hard, don't even think about it. If you try to play the game in a way that you get the turn correctly, you use the brakes, so you don't accelerate all the time, no matter what, the AI is gonna be like so much ahead of you. And honestly, it's not like a sim game, so you don't want to spend like so much hours to be so perfect. I don't know how you can beat it, to be honest. I think that the easy mode should be the hard mode in this game, and that they should have done another easy mode to make the game easy or easier, or something that is enough of a challenge but that can be beatable. Otherwise, in this game in this game, when you play, it's only one versus another rider. It's 1 vs 1. It makes this game so boring. I don't know why they couldn't have, like, I don't know, 4 different runners at the same time. It would have made it a little bit more enjoyable. And something else, I think that if some upgrades and a money system, a little bit like in Road Rush for the money, or like the upgrade system like in Super Off-Road, if this existed in this game, it could have really improved the experience. It would have been a huge plus in replayability and just the challenge, because it would have helped you maybe to make it slightly easier if you can upgrade your quad. They could have done it through a story mode and keep the existing game in an arcade mode. And finally, the ending in hard is slightly better, but for all the efforts to beat the game in hard, if it's humanly possible, I think that's not enough. That should have given us a little bit more. Well, I guess it's a little bit of a spoiler, but here's my review of the game, what I think that was a hit, what I think that was a miss and that could have been improved, and all this game capture. I did that with an action replay code to prevent from falling when you hit a haystack or anything, and I've also sometimes used the boost through the Game Genie. So basically I use both a Game Genie and an Action Replay Pro. Alright, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. I want to thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share the video if you enjoy the content. In the meantime, have a good one.